going on? I just sitting here. Figured make me a video real quick. Bitter waters, okay. See there's bitterness. Like, let's look at the word bitter, okay. If a person is bitter, it means like they're harboring some kind of like unforgiveness, or they got some kind of bad blood. In a way, look at that terminology, bad blood. You know. So it's like in a sense, you know. Look, we're composed mostly of water, so in a way, a bitter person is bitter water. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna spew forth bitter water. It's like they're gonna do things in the spirit of bitterness. Bitterness is the driving force. Like, why do you hold a grudge so long? Bitter. Why are you just miserable? It's because the bitterness has taken root. And you know, you got to take, when it comes to bitterness, man, you have to hack at the root and not at the leaves if you want to pluck it up and extinguish it. And the only way to extinguish it to some extent is to acknowledge it. And then it's kind of like you're sick with the disease. It's called bitterness. And there was a cause. And what's causing it is part of the solution to learning how to take the axe to the root. You got to get deep down to the root of your freaking issues, acknowledge them. And you got to go back and see, where are you harboring unforgiveness? What is there any things like trying to talk to you about it is like trying to talk to a fucking brick wall. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you just won't, see, the thing of it is too, see, people get comfortable in their bitterness, and in a way, like, I realize this, like, some people just are so hurt that they actually, like, some people stay alive to love others, and some people are motivated by love, some people are motivated by ambition, and it's just, you want to succeed like really bad, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of time that will cause people to do anything to get it, and the same thing with bitterness. It's like you will go through great lengths to cause problems so you can stay bitter. You like it there. For some reason, your brain gets wired that it's kind of like, look, why do people, drink something or take pills they're called depressants, or and it's like people, it's like, unfortunately, people are addicted to the misery and to the torment now. See, you can be tormented, attacked, and all this stuff, but you don't have to be bitter about it. I mean, you can be kind of angry, a little bit hurt. These things are okay. These are natural. But look, you can't stay hurt. You can't stay in that moment. Like, relive the bad moment over and over and over and over and over again, but never. There's a reason why you're reliving it over and over and over and over and over. It's because, look, the issue is screaming for you. Acknowledge me. Look. It's like it's at a point where even bitterness gets bitter of bitter, and it wants it to end. But for some reason, people will hold on to it, and that's why it's such an evil thing, because it creeps in, and little by little, and before you know it, whoa, there's a freaking light orb flying through the sky right now. Wow. That is a freaking sign. Light orb flying through the sky. It's just a straight light. It's white light, and it's keeping a straight course, but it's kind of going faster and slowing down. Whoa. Anyway, back to this whole Bitterness. Oh, anyway, yeah, bitterness. Actually, the wormwood. Oh, there it just fizzled out. The lights. It's getting dimmer. Then it'll get brighter again. I'm not sure what it's doing. It looks like a freaking craft. Oh my gosh, man! I can't believe I'm seeing this right now, and this camera probably won't even pick it up. Unfortunately. Uh, wow. That I just witnessed a freaking UFO. Anyway, Wormwood, Bitter Waters. It's a Revelations prophecy, I think, where a star falls from heaven, and all of a sudden, like the waters all become bitter, and that's also this happened in Egypt. That was one of the plagues, like where the water turned to blood. That was a plague, and that's another kind of bitter waters thing. And with this the Flint water crisis, look, literally, that's bitter waters. And here's a side effect of what they say lead does. It makes people, it like, it makes them get frustrated and violent. It makes them more prone to violence. And it's kind of like when you're trying to learn something and you get frustrated with it, and then you get real angry because you just can't get it. Look, when you got this chemical in you that's bogging your brain and slowing down your motor function, and so you have those frustrating moments because look, it's like you're bogged out a little bit if you don't recognize it and accept that, hey man, look, I've been affected physiologically. You know what I'm saying? So I must stay aware and look, be slow to wrath, and also don't be quick to jump the gun and assume things neither. You know what I'm saying? See, by acknowledging that, wait a second, I've been affected and it has this side effect. It's like psych meds. If someone gets you on psych meds and you're not psycho, it's gonna make you freaking psycho. I mean, straight up, it's gonna make you fucking flip out. If you're not skitzed, and they give you skits meds, you're gonna be skits. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what's crazy is you know, the bottled water. Here's the thing. My chick, she's been testing this. She keeps pouring bottled water into the animals bowl, and she tested the cats and the dogs that are around. And she noticed that look, they will go to the tap water, the Flint tap water, and they will not drink the bottled water. So the animals, they must smell something in there. And I mean, that is a point to the mountain, strike the grindstone type of operation there. When you get people all scared of the water, and then you offer them up this bottled water, but then the animals won't drink the shit, but they will drink the lead water. There's I mean, that's big time bad news right there in a way. Because we've been, man, most for the past couple months, all we've been drinking primarily is that bottled freaking water. And maybe this is problem reaction solution. And so bitterness. Look, when your heart's full of unforgiveness and bitterness, you're quick to take wrath, which means because you feel this way, you take it out on the people around you, and in a way, you infect them. You're spewing bitterness at them in an attempt to draw them into your state of mind and get you stuck there. And that's their revenge. Is like, look, I turned you into what I am. I hope you like it. See, that's the thing. If you really love someone and cared about them, and you really were suffering with afflictions, the last thing you would want to do is re-inflict them on others. And that's why when someone's real bitter, their moral compass is broke, in a way, and in a moral relativistic fashion, they rationalize it in their mind that you deserve it, or I deserve the right to be able to do this to you because this person did this to me. And since you're the only one who cares, now you're going to hear it and you're going to deal with it. It's like that. I mean, it's a real nasty freaking thing because really that is exactly it. They're taking out their pain that someone else done to them on the innocent, and they turn the innocent into bitter people. Because when you're constantly attacked by this stuff, it does have a tendency to make you freaking miserable. It's so discouraging. It's so disheartening. It really will make you lament life. Because I've been there before where I've had moments where, yeah, wished I was never, ever born. You know what I'm saying? And they, look, whoa, they love to see you there in despair and down and out. For some reason, it's once again, it's kind of like they're so broke, they got to pull you down below them so they can feel above again. And in a way, since they can't get that control factor by love, they turn to all these negative emotional characteristics and personality traits, and it can be very deep rooted to the point where these people actually, in a way, man, this lie image that they're presenting, they start to believe the image and forget who they really are. They can't, and they cannot see themselves. The only way they see themselves is by comparing themselves to others, because they can't never just let things be. They always got to inject themselves in every situation. They got to they got to run the situation through their emotional filter, and it comes out all gunked up according to that person's heart and their feelings, whatever their broken feelings. Like, just because you have a feeling doesn't mean it's right or you should or it's true. It's just you got a feeling, and that's the thing. Feelings are deceiving. Your feelings come from the heart. The Bible says the heart above all things is deceptive. So even when you're dealing with your own heart and others, it's a very tricky thing to sometimes, because these people are masters of covert, like, it's like double agent. Like, look, they play both sides, and they also love to play people against each other, and they also love to seed their environment with, it's like, in a way, it's like when, like, the Nazis would or whoever would fly propaganda pamphlets and drop them from the sky. These people love to, in a way, throw their propaganda pamphlets out, and they can judge how indoctrinated you got or how much of effect it had on you, because they're expecting they want to hear you spout off their propaganda, so it gives them a platform to engage you. You know what I'm saying? In a certain, it's like an invitation from a vampire. Please let me into your thoughts and your emotions and your mind right now, and play this fucking mind game with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you see the Jehovah's Witnesses come up, man. You're like, well, you go grab your Bible, and you be like, you before they even get to the door, open the door and be like, have you heard the gospel today? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you flip it back on them, and you let them know, it's like, look, dude, no, you're dealing with an informed person here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of in the way, like when the police hate dealing with someone who knows the law. You know what I'm saying? Because they just totally railroad their ploys to pull you in, draw you into a situation where they can and will use it against you in a court of law. They can and will and do, and they get to lie. They don't have to abide in integrity. For some reason, they get to do. They got a different set of rules. They can do any kind of evil to stop evil. In a way, that's kind of how that works. But in a way, you practice to deceit. You're just as bad as these bitter people as I'm talking about, and it makes them bitter too. They're really susceptible to being bitter because they got to see the worst, cutthroat, stupid nonsense on the planet, and it does make you bitter. You lose your patience, and you get at wit's end, and in a way you're almost in danger of becoming what you're fighting.